33. Let us chant the last 10 verses of chapter 4. Shreyan dravyamajat yajnat jnana yajna parantapa sarvam karmakhilam partha jnane parisamapyate tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninastatvadarshinaha yajñātvā na punarmoham evam yasyasi pandava yena bhutanyasheshena drakshasyatmanyatho mayi api chedasi papebhyaha sarvebhyah papakritamaha sarvam jnanaplavednaiva vrijinam santarishyasi yathaidhamsi samidhognihi bhasmasat kurute juna jnanagni sarvakarmani bhasmasat kurute tatha nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitramiha vidyate tatsvayam yoga samsiddhaha kalenatmani vindati shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatpara samyatendriyaha jnanam labdhva param shantim achirenadhigacchati ajñascha shraddhadanascha samshayatma vinashyati nayam lokosti na paraha na sukham samshayatmanaha yoga sannyasta karmanam jnana samchinna samshayam.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Verse number 38. Chapter 4, verse number 38. We finished 37. Yeah. Verse number 38 reads, Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate tatsvayam yoga samsiddhaha kalenatmani vindati. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate tatsvayam yoga samsiddhaha kalenatmani vindati. Verily, there is no purifier here like knowledge. He who is perfected in yoga finds it in the self in time. There is no purifier here like knowledge. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate. Pavitram, purifier, iha, here. There is nothing that purifies like knowledge. Knowledge is the ultimate. Knowledge is the ultimate purifier. He who is perfected in yoga, samsiddha. He who has mastered yoga, perfected in yoga. Perfected in yoga means who is practicing it dedicatedly, sincerely, consistently. Whoever is practicing this yoga dedicatedly, consistently, sincerely is one who is perfected in yoga, and that person finds the self in time. Kalenatmani vindati. Kalena. Kalena, in time. In time means very soon. Very soon he will find it. What he will find? The self. Knowledge is the purifier. What does the knowledge purify? First, we need to understand what is purification. Purification is the elimination of ignorance. That is purification. When ignorance goes, when ajnana is gone, it is purification. For the dirt is ignorance. Since the dirt is ignorance, knowledge becomes the purifier. What is ignorance as dirt? The ignorance as dirt is samsara. The ignorance as dirt is samsara. And what is samsara? Samsara has a few. First is moha. Moha, bheda, papa, karma. Add all these four, you get samsara. Again I repeat. First one is moha, delusion. Out of this delusion arises this bheda. Bheda means separation. What is the separation? You and me are separate. Me and God is separate. That separation arises out of moha. So the second thing about samsara is bheda, the discrimination, the distinction, separation, the attitude of I exist separate, I am different from the rest is bheda. The third one is papa. Papa means agitations, mental agitations. Fourth one is karma. The past karma is the present papa. The present karma combined with papa is future karma. So, what is the present papa? The present agitations is because of the past karma. The past karma causes the present agitations. Now, along with the present agitations, you combine it with some action which produces karma for future. Knowledge purifies. What does purification means? Knowledge removes these four. When these four are removed, you are free from samsara. You will know the self very soon. In that sense, you have to understand knowledge as the purifier. Pavitram iham. It is the ultimate purifier. Pavitram means, how to put that? The English word is purifier. How do you understand the word pavitram? Something so it's pure, it's holy. It removes the dirt from the core. Jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate. Now, what is he trying to say in the last 4 verses is, he is glorifying jnanam. He is talking about he is glorifying the knowledge, and after glorifying the knowledge, advice is acquire knowledge. Once it is glorified as something wonderful, beautiful, purification, it is that which purifies. Naturally, what will be the advice? Acquire this knowledge. So the last 4 verses of chapter 4, we have come into the last topic, the last 4 verses of chapter 4. Pavitramiha vidyate. It's holy because it purifies. Purification is removal of dirt. Purification is removal of dirt. You bathe, the body is purified. You wash the clothes, the cloth is purified. So what is purification? Purification means removal of dirt. Why this knowledge is called pavitram? Everything removes dirt, but the tendency to get dirty again and again and again. You clean, but then you get dirty, but then you get dirty again. You clean, you get dirty again. You clean, you get dirty again. Yeah. Constantly, you can't keep constantly sitting inside the water also. So, knowledge is that which purifies, where dirt doesn't happen again. That dirt will not happen again. This is the beauty of the knowledge. Are you able to follow? All other purifies, but the tendency is to get dirty again. So you have to keep purifying. In fact, the cleaning, the constant purification is the most frustrating. Yeah. Especially if you are cooking now, you will know how irritating it is. If you are not cooking now, there's no problem. Yeah. If you are cooking, you will know how frustrating and bugging is this purification, because before cooking you have to keep it clean, and you clean the knife and keep it perfectly clean. The moment the first contact with the vegetable, it becomes dirty again. Again you have to clean, and by the time you finish cleaning, you are tired of cleaning. Knowledge is not like that, he says, because you get purified, it never gets dirty again. How can you say that it never gets dirty again? In the previous verse, he said, all the fuel is burnt. How it will not get dirty again? It will not get dirty again because all the fuel is burnt. In the previous verse, he said, no, jnana agnihi. The fire of knowledge burns the fuel completely. Since the fuel is burnt, there is no way that you are going to get dirty again. So, what is purification? You need to remove the dirt, and also you have to ensure that it doesn't get dirty again. Anything else you do, there is a temporary purification, but it will get dirty. It will get dirty again. You dip in the Ganges. You dip in the Ganges and come. There is a purification, no doubt. But then you come back and get dirty. you will come back and you get dirty again. You say, you chant the name, no doubt it purifies, but you get dirty, again. So all other purification methods purifies you temporarily, but the tendency is to get dirty again. What is the difference between all other purification methods and knowledge? Since it removes the fuel from the core, you do not get dirty again. Finds it in the self in time. Finds the self in the time. So, what is the cause for dirt? We saw already. What is the cause for dirt? The four things: moha, delusion. Then comes the bheda. Bheda means you are separate, I am separate. The real bheda is not you are separate and I am separate. We become, we both hug each other and we become one. Bheda will not go. What is the bheda? What is the bheda? I am separate, God is separate. That bheda goes. That is the bheda. The third thing is papa. Papa means mental agitations. Mind get agitated in two ways. Pleasure agitates the mind, pain agitates the mind. The agitations of the mind is of two: pleasure and pain. And alternatively, cyclically, it keeps agitating the mind. Reduction of pleasure is pain. Reduction of pain is pleasure. What is pleasure and pain? Reduction of pain is pleasure. When pleasure reduces, it becomes pain. When pain reduces, it becomes a pleasure. Both are disturbed, agitated states of the mind. So when he says papa, papa means that which produces mental agitations. And agitations is of two. Agitations is of two. You do something that reduces the agitations now. And the very fact that the agitations are reduced, you do something else and ensure that you will get agitated again. This is the cycle. This is the cycle of ajnana. This is the cycle of ignorance. You are agitated, you do something that will bring the agitations down. The moment the agitations are down, again you will do something to get agitated again. Konja agitations kammi achina, gain the knowledge, get detached and go to moksha is very difficult. When the agitated state, when the agitations are less comparatively, quickly gain the knowledge, get established in knowledge, Ravana, Manana, Nididhyasana and all that, and get established in the self. Very few does it. When they are agitated, they look forward to do something so that the pain component reduces. No doubt something you can do and you can reduce the pain. As soon as the pain is reduced, what happens? The same human being will do something that doing brings the pain back. Idhukku per dhaan karma nu per. This is called karma. You do something and then you do something to offset that. So it is like moving backwards and forwards. You go 4 steps and then you do something and come back the 4 steps. For all practical purposes, you remain in the same state. This knowledge, Arjuna, pavitram iham. Like this knowledge, nothing can purify. Arjuna's question is, what is that which will give me Shreyas? Ena Shreyoham apnuyam. That is Arjuna's question. Tell me that which will give me Shreyas. Answer is, this Jnanam will give you the Shreyas. There is nothing other than that can give you that Shreyas that you are asking for, because rest all purifies, but they are temporary. What is the impurity? See, the impurity is, to put it in a very simple way, desires which arises from the sense of unfulfillment and insecurity will keep you agitated from another angle. Desires that arises from a deep sense of unfulfillment and insecurity will keep you in this constant state of agitation. Knowledge says, do not try to find fulfillment, do not try to find security, realize you are fulfilled already. That is the difference. That's how knowledge purifies. This is something very important to understand. Very important to understand. Ella class lo ide sollinu irukele sir na what else to do. This is very all Atmabodha eduthalum you say the same thing, Bhajagovinda eduthalum the same thing. Any text you take, it is the same thing. Now what else to do? For he saying this is the ultimate purifier. What is it? Agitations are the desires, the raga dvesha, which finds its root in a sense of unfulfillment and insecurity. So what is dirt? So what is dirt now? The sense of insecurity is dirt. The sense of unfulfillment is dirt. Again, the sense of unfulfillment is dirt. The sense of insecurity is dirt. And this sense of insecurity, this sense of unfulfillment cannot be found permanently from any external source, including God. Because even if God says, I am here to take care of you permanently, you will say, are you sure, God? You will have the same doubt in relation to, even if God were to come and say, don't worry, I am here to take care of you permanently. What is your problem? You will turn back and say, it will be better. Once you give it in writing, it is better, because I can't rely on you. The peace, the insecurity is that which is inside you. The root of it is ignorance. So knowledge comes and removes the dirt of insecurity and fulfillment by telling you that you are fulfilled already. And the you-ndradhula, what do you identify the you with is jnana. If you identify the you with body, mind and intellect, they can never find fulfillment. The body, mind, intellect instrument can never find fulfillment. They can never find security. Why they can never find fulfillment or they can never find security? The very nature of it is to be insecure. The very nature of it is to be unfulfilled. That is why even when people say I'm a very contented person, Vedanta says that contentment is also not true contentment, because if one or two things goes out, the contentment is gone. Okay, sir, I don't want anything more, but what I have now should. I'm not asking for it. I'm not a very greedy person, sir. I'm not like others, where I want more and more and more. I'm not like that. I follow Vedanta fully, sir. Maybe you also don't follow Vedanta, but I follow Vedanta. Or I don't want anything. But what I have now, that should not go away. And that keeps going away. That keeps going away. Therefore, what happens? So, if you identify the you with the body, mind and intellect, fulfillment and security doesn't exist for that. So you have to be you have to reconcile with a unfulfilled, insecure life. If you identify the you with body, mind and intellect, if you identify you with the self, then you realize what can shake that, what can disturb that, what can take away the fulfillment. Apuryamanam machala pratishtam. Like the samudra, you become clear. Every 100 kilometers or a desalination plant, what if they take the water out now, ocean will not get bothered. Why? Apuryamanam achala pratishtam. Therefore, identification with the body, mind, intellect instrument will keep you in unfulfillment and insecurity. Knowledge means shifting the identification from the instrument to the self. Shifting the identification from the instruments to the self. So he says, when you shift, you understand. What do you understand? Why we call it as ultimate purifier? It is called ultimate purifier because you know that delusion never existed. It is just part of your imagination. That's all. Once you gain the knowledge, you are purified. And what are the purification methods? The purification methods we have seen any number of times. What are the purification methods? Stage number 1, the purification method is sadhana chatushtayam. Yeah, what are the purification methods in this classroom? If I ask, what are the purification methods? Everybody will type karma, bhakti, jnana yoga. Straight away answer will come. Karma, bhakti, jnana yoga. Stage number 1 of purification is sadhana chatushtayam. And then karma, bhakti, jnanam. Stage 1, stage 2, and then stage 3. And how long to achieve this? How long to stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, you have said. How long to achieve this? How long to achieve this? எவ்வளோ நாள்ல நான் பணக்காரன் ஆக முடியும் சார்? How long it will take for me to become a rich person? How do we know? How do we know? You can burgle the bank and become rich. Yeah, you can burgle the bank and become rich instantly also. So how long it will take? The longevity of any the time factor involved in attainment, the time factor involved in achievement is always ஒரே வார்த்தையில சொல்லணும், is always incomprehensible. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भूः मा ते संगोस्तु. All that he has already explained. Now how long it will take, we should not be asking that question anymore, because he has already explained previously that attainment of anything, the phala of anything, the result of anything is always incomprehensible, indeterminable. We can never say, we can never know when. The assurance is, what is assurance? If you do it in the way it is prescribed, you will get it. If you do it in the way it is prescribed, you will get it. Are you able to follow? What is the way? What is the way that is prescribed? First stage, sadhana chatushtaya. Adinna sir pudusa irukku sadhana chatushtaya. Don't ask. You are supposed to know what is sadhana chatushtaya means. Karma bhakti jnana we know, sir, but what is that? We don't know. So stage number 1, sadhana chatushtaya. Stage number 2, karma bhakti jnana yoga. All this is the stage number 1, purification. By doing all this, you come to the nididhyasana. You come to the tattva vichara, you come to the mahavakya vichara, you come to the vedanta vichara, and you gain, and then you realize the self. So kalena vindanti அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? Different people will take different time according to their capacity. That's what he said. To put it very simply, different people will take different time. Sir, different people patilan kekla. I'm asking about, I'm not asking about different people about different time, but what is, how much time it will take for me. How much ever profit I make, how much ever I earn, I'm still in the negative, sir. Why? Because that much of backlog, yeah, that much of debt from the past. I am earning $1 million now, but I have a loan of 50 million now. What will happen? So kalena vindanti. Now what you should know, why we say it is indeterminable? Because number 1, we do not know the past. We do not know the baggage from the past. அதுக்கு தான் கரெக்டா அந்த ஹாரோஸ்கோப் மேன் கிட்ட போய் கேட்டுறணும். If I go to the horoscope man, or if I go to the thumb print, yeah, that fellow will know exactly. That fellow will know exactly the past. Also, sir, moksha eppo varunu kuda that fellow will tell you. That fellow will tell you when you will get moksha also. அதுக்கு தான் அங்க போனா it becomes easier. it is indeterminable, number one. Number two is how much of Shraddha you have in the, how much of conviction and Shraddha you are having in the present. That is also indeterminable. Number three, how many conflicting, contradictory actions you are doing. How many conflicting, contradictory actions you are. So all these put together, kalena vindati. Kalena vindati. Sadhana chatushtayam and the karma and bhakti. Karma and bhakti sadhana chatushtayam keeps the mind calm. In that calm mind, the intellect can do the Vedanta Vicharam and it can gain knowledge. By this Vedanta Vichara, very high state of spiritual development, meditation, self-realization. This is the sequence. Already he has said it in the same chapter, few verses back. He said, of the 12 yajnas, Swadhyaya Jnana Yajna is the best. He has said it and he is repeating it. That is the purifier. No? That has to be the, if something is the best, no? That has to be the purifier. So Kalena Vindati means what? The result of it is indeterminable. Second, do not be result oriented. Do not be phala oriented. Do not be result oriented. Number three, there are no shortcuts. That it means there are no. Okay, sir, we will come for your classes and all that, but can I try some other where they are the process can be fast tracked? Is there any method by which it can be fast tracked? Ipo fast track lang kuda illa. Yeah, ipo pusa they keep saying, oh, can it be made faster, made quicker, instantly? He says, Kalena Vindati. Understand it takes time. Why it takes time? Because number one, the phala is indeterminable. We have seen this analysis any number of times. Why do we say the fruit of the, why do we say do not be result oriented? Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma paleshu. Your adhikara is an action only, never to the result. Do not be bothered about the result. We have heard it any number of times and we have done the analysis also any number of times. Yeah. For the result is dependent upon, for you to have a clarity as to when you will get it, you have to be all-knowing. Only an all-knowing person can know the result. And nobody is all-knowing. Nobody is all-knowing. Therefore, nobody can know the result. Why do we say that you have to be all-knowing to know the result? For the result is dependent upon what? The result is dependent upon a few factors. I'm just listing it out so that you can refresh your memory. The few factors. It's only ரொம்ப நாள் வேற ஆச்சா, so just to refresh. First thing is how skillfully you are doing it. How skillfully you are doing it. Second thing that determines is the shraddha that you bring into it. It's not just the skill alone. It is the shraddha that you bring in. It is not the skill. It is not the consistency. It also the attitude with which you do. So the result is dependent upon the skill. The result is dependent upon the attitude. The result is dependent upon the Shraddha. Also it is dependent upon your current state of mind while doing it. Okay, overall you will be all right, but some news, something that can disturb you, so that the quality of the doing becomes less. Therefore, what? யாராவது லிஸ்ட் போட்டுட்டே வாங்குவா. I'm just talking from my memory, so it will get I keep moving backwards and forward. Yeah. Sometimes I think ஏதாவது ஒரு ரன் எழுதி வச்சுக்கலாம் பக்கத்துல. It becomes easy to refer na, but then that the thinking gets so restricted with that. So I don't do that also. So first thing I said is the skill. The second thing is the attitude. The third thing is the Shraddha. The fourth thing is the state of mind while doing it. The state of mind while doing it. The fifth one, the proportion of the gunas that you have. You may be you may have Shraddha and all that, but then the proportion of the gunas also is very, very important in determining the result. And then what we call as anugraha, the divine grace. That is also a factor. Now, in this, what can you know? What is determinable in this? You can ensure that to your best you can bring in Shraddha. You can ensure that to the best you can bring in the skill. To your best you can work on the attitude. You can work on means possibility of betterment is there all the time. Possibility of the betterment is there. A person result oriented, what happens? As while doing the action, there is a disturbance. While doing the action itself, there is a disturbance. What is the disturbance? What causes the disturbance while doing the action? The disturbance that, what causes it? The cause is this. Am I doing the right thing? Is one disturbance. Second disturbance is, hope I will get it soon. This is another disturbance. The disturbance is, am I doing the right thing? When will the mind not be worried? Am I doing the right thing? When it focuses on the Shraddha, when it focuses on the Shraddha, when it focuses on the attitude, it knows that only this much I can do. Therefore, it is not worried about, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Because it knows only this much I could do. The second thing is causes agitation, as a result of which you become result oriented. What is it? The first cause is, am I doing the right thing while doing? Second is how soon will I get it? Sir, can we make, for everything has to be well thought out, planned, programmed? No, sir. Exactly correct. So 1 year for Kama, 1 year for Krodha, 1 year for Lobha, 1 year for Mada, 1 year for Matsarya. Can I keep a time frame like that and work, sir? Because it has to be planned, programmed. You need to have a fixed time frame. Correct? Huh? All this works in the external. All this a formula that will work in relation to the external. in the introverted pursuit, you understand what? Kalena Vindati. That methodology is complete. That methodology is essential. That methodology is a must for any extroverted external pursuit. Here we are talking about an internal pursuit, the introverted pursuit. Here it is Kalena Vindati. Therefore, he says, knowledge purifies. Beautiful definition he gives is Yoga Samsiddha. That's the word he uses. Yoga Samsiddha. Yoga Samsiddha means a thoroughly prepared person for Jnana. That's what Yoga Samsiddha means. We talked about the preparation, the sadhana chatushtayam, the karma bhakti. Why I am bringing in sadhana chatushtayam is because so much of theoretical knowledge about karma bhakti and jnanam, sadhana chatushtayam is completely, sadhana chatushtayam is not at all attended to. And people come and ask, so much I have heard, so much I know, still why there is no? So much I know, so much I have heard, still why there is no progress? Stage 1 liye koncham thagararu. Step 1 liye there are some, what is it? Sadhana chatushtayam, and then karma and bhakti is yoga samsiddha. That yoga samsiddha means that well prepared person is ready for the jnanam, and he gets the jnanam very soon, and he understands Kalena Vindati. Kalena Vindati. Seriya? This is verse number 38. Verse number 39. Underline panni vechukongo. Every other class I keep repeating this verse. Verse number 39. Underline it. For every other class I keep repeating the law that he brings about from this verse. Number 39. Beautiful verse. Shraddhavan labate jnanam tatparas samyatendriyaha jnanam labdva param shantihi achirenadi gacchati. Shraddhavan labate jnanam tatparas samyatendriyaha jnanam labdva param shantim achirenadi gacchati. He who has Shraddha, who is devoted, who has subdued the senses, attains knowledge. Having attained knowledge, he erelong gains supreme peace. Achirena adigacchati. Previous verse he said Kalena Vindati. This verse he says Achirena adigacchati. Very soon this person will get. Very soon this person will get. Very soon this person will get. Who is that person? Who is that person? Who has Shraddha in Jnanam. Shraddhavan labate Jnanam. A person who has Shraddha attains knowledge. A person who has Shraddha attains knowledge. Even if you are result oriented, this verse should satisfy you. Because result orientation means asking for guarantee. Result orientation means asking for guarantee. And here, yeah, Krishna சொல்றது உண்மை நம்பிதான Bhagavad Gita படிக்கிறோம். Otherwise, why we will study Bhagavad Gita? And then Krishna is giving the guarantee. What is the guarantee that he is giving? Arjuna, Shraddha Samyatendriyah tatparah. You bring these three, I ensure you will get it. You bring these three, I guarantee that you will get it. That's what he said. Are you able to follow? You bring these three. What are the three things that you have to bring, Arjuna? First one, Shraddha. Bring Shraddha. Second thing that you have to bring is Samyatendriyah. Samyatendriyah means sense, who has subdued the senses, who has gained mastery over the senses. Tat paraha. Tat paraha means you have devoted to that. Devoted to that. Devotion priority list number 1 artham. That is devotion. Devotion means in the priority list, that is number 1. That is called devotion. Of the 10 things that I want to do, sir, one thing is also this, you don't have devotion. What is devotion? Whether you have devotion or not, very simple. Priority list. Make your priority list. Adila tatpara enga irukku paarunga. You will know how devoted you are. But sir, that is first. That is first. Ana time da illa adukku. That is first in the priority list, sir. But time da illa adukku. It means you have no. So priority list means what? Priority means what? Priority means you are willing to let go of the rest for this. That is priority. That is devotion. So tatparaha. Devotion, how you have to understand devotion? I am very devoted to God, but worldly activities are keeping me so busy, sir. I can't do this now. What does it mean? Are you able to follow? You don't have. So 3 things you bring, Arjuna. Yeah, if you bring these 3 things and show it to me, I will guarantee that you get. I guarantee that you get moksha. So first thing that you have to bring in is tat paraha. Shraddha ke last lo vara. Shraddhavan labate jnanam. I'll come last. Or in fact, we have every other week we keep talking about it, so that even if I miss 1 or 2 in this, it's still all right, because Shraddhavan labate jnanam is what we keep repeating every other week. Samyatendriyah. Samyatendriyah means the senses are subdued. What is subduing the senses means? What is subduing the senses means? You are so inspired by something, the senses don't have any independent demand. The senses don't do anything of their own. Even the natural biological things of the senses also is kind of under control. That is what subduing the senses means. Why? Because tatparaha is so motivated. Are you able to follow? That is what is known as subduing the senses. Then comes Shraddha. Then comes Shraddha. What is Shraddha? What is Shraddha? Shraddha is the character of a person. Shraddha is the character of a person. Elsewhere, one whole chapter is going to dedicate, 17th chapter, Shraddha Traya Vibhaga Yoga. One whole chapter is dedicating to Shraddha. In fact, he talks about it in the 16th chapter also. 16th, 17th chapter, he is going to elaborate so much about Shraddha. What is Shraddha? Shraddha is a conviction. Shraddha is a consistency in the conviction. Shraddha is a character. What is the character? Single pointedness. Single pointedness. Today, so many people are seeking, but there is no single pointedness. All over the place. All over the place. What does it mean, all over the place? In the Vedanta class, sir, Sunnade, you keep repeating the same thing, you keep repeating again and again and again. Just to go deeper, I am reading something else, sir. That is lack of Shraddha. Consistency means, Shraddha means a consistency. I said Shraddha determines your, Shraddha defines your character, the strength of your personality. The character is determined by Shraddha. And the person of Shraddha gains knowledge. Having chosen one path, having chosen one as a path, you don't go anywhere else. That is Shraddha. If you are still debating what to choose now, you are all that is different. Don't worry. Yeah, sir, I am still 30 years. I am still debating which one to choose. I am going all over the place to check what is right. Abdinna, don't worry. Few more janmas also you will keep doing the. You take some time. Having fixed, having found something reasonable. What is Shraddha means? Sticking to that. And that person who is able to do that gains knowledge. And very difficult is to have this Shraddha. We have memorized the knowledge. We are able to reproduce the knowledge. We are able to talk to others about this knowledge. All this we are able to do, but the inner transformation is not correspondingly satisfactory. This is what he is trying to arrive at. The inner transformation is not correspondingly satisfactory. No, sir, this doesn't apply to me. No, don't worry. Suppose if we say, no, my inner transformation is very satisfactory to me, and I'm going on the right track. Abdinna, there's no need to worry about these 4 verses. In the 4 verses, a choice la utterla. You can leave these 4 verses in choice. The issue is why the why the why the transformation is not there, because of lack of Shraddha. Now, what is Shraddha? Shraddha is a conviction that this is the only path. This is the only path, is Shraddha. We have so much of Shraddha in money, no? What is the Shraddha a person has on wealth, money? This is the only thing that can save me and my family. What a conviction in that. What a Shraddha in that. Are you able to follow what is Shraddha? Adha Shraddha. Yeah. That much of intense Shraddha you should have in knowledge. Then இதுல என்ன சொல்றாரு, அச்சிரேனாதி கச்சதி. அந்த ஸ்ரத்தா இதுல வந்துருதுன்னா very soon you will get it. Are you able to follow? I'm saying I'm giving that as an example for Shraddha. How much of Shraddha, how much of conviction a person has, that I want to study Vedanta and grow and all that, sir, but you know, when I'm doing all this very seriously, people in the family and all are getting hurt. Why to hurt them so much? Therefore, I am slightly relaxing in this. Because Vedanta only said we have to be accommodative and very loving and careful and not hurt others and all that. No, sir. Krishna says, very good. We will meet again also. We will meet again in another. We will meet again in another Janma, another embodiment. We will meet, and even then you will be saying the same thing. Why? Because you need that Shraddha. And the person of Shraddha gains knowledge. And the person of Shraddha gains knowledge. Sir, but what I heard from somebody else is contradicting with what you are saying. What should I do, sir? A person asks. I said, what I am saying is wrong. Have Shraddha in that person and go and listen to that person. For what is going to save you is not my word or that person's word. What is going to save you is your Shraddha. For Shraddhavan labate jnanam. Are you able to follow? This is the quality Shraddha. He who has Shraddha, he who is devoted, who has subdued the senses, gains knowledge. Jnanam labdva. Having attained knowledge. Look at the distinction he is bringing. Having attained knowledge ere long. There is a time gap. Having attained knowledge, very soon he gains supreme peace. In the moon things, if you bring in, that very three itself is so, the very three that you bring in itself is so supremely satisfying that you may misunderstand that to be supreme state. He says, no. He is bringing in a time. What is the time he is bringing in? Don't miss the verse. What is the time that he in the Shraddha, devotion, emotional, don't leave the verse. Having gained knowledge, very soon he attains supreme bliss. It means what? Disciplines brings about a single pointedness. You have to be in the single pointedness for a while, you attain moksha. That's the thing. Are you able to follow? Disciplines brings you a single pointedness. And you have to be in that single pointedness for a period of time. And when you are in that single pointedness for a period of time, very soon you get moksha. So single pointedness itself is not moksha. You have to stay put in that single pointedness for a while, and you gain supreme peace, supreme bliss. Physical discipline is sense control. Emotional discipline is tatparaha. Intellectual discipline is shraddha. Senses is the discipline, sense control. Tatparaha is the devotion, the emotional aspect. Shraddha is the intellectual aspect. So you do these three, it brings you to a single pointedness. Now what is Krishna saying? In the move, you do all these three and come to the single pointedness and stay put in that single pointedness for a while. I guarantee you will get moksha. Kastamana வேலை எல்லாம் என்கிட்ட கொடுத்துட்டு all the difficult work you have given it to me, and then you are saying I will give you moksha. What is Jesus? There is a difficulty in this. Homecoming la enna difficulty? There is no difficulty. Going away from the home is difficult. Homecoming is never difficult. All this is not difficult at all. If all this, the sense control, the devotion, tatparaha, devotion means priority, shraddha, if all this is appearing to be difficult, means sadhana chatushtayamle is still lacking. So it means go back to that. For a person who has fairly developed in that, a person who has done these three disciplines will come to the single pointedness and stay put in that single pointedness. What is Shraddha? Vedanta as the pramanam is Shraddha. That is Shraddha. Shraddha means Veda, Vedas, Vedanta is the pramanam, is the Shraddha. The Guru Vakya is the pramanam, is the Shraddha. The Guru Vakya is the pramanam, is the Shraddha. Why Guru Vakya becomes the pramanam? Because whatever he says is the Shastra. There is no Vedanta Vakya which is different from the Guru Vakya. Both are one and the same. Vedanta Vakya is nothing but the Guru Vakya. So what is Shraddha? I believe in the scriptures, sir, but Guru Allah, it's okay. Guru Allah, it's okay, but scriptures I believe. What you don't understand is, what you call as a scripture is the Vakya of some past Guru. So whether you like it or not, whether you understand it or not, your ego might make you to believe that I believe in the Shastra, but Guru Allah, I listen to their explanation and all that, but decisions and all I will make by myself because I trust the Shastra. What you don't understand is Shastra Vakya and Guru Vakya is one and the same. What is the Shastra Vakya? The Guru of the past said something becomes Vedas. Tattvamasi Shvetaketu is the Guru Vakya of the past. So Guru Vakya is Vedanta Vakya, Veda Vakya. Therefore, Pramanam means, Shraddha means taking that as as a pramanam. Pramanam means what? Pramanam means the one and only guiding factor. Pramanam means that. Of the 10 guiding factors, this is one and it is not pramanam. Pramanam means one and only guiding factor. One and only guiding factor is this. You have Shraddha, and that person of Shraddha gains knowledge. Shraddhavan labate jnanam. Very soon you gain knowledge. Verse number 39. Verse number 40. Don't worry, I'll just take extra 5 minutes and finish because it's the same. Thoughtful. Verse number 40 is going to talk about the exact opposite. 39, he spoke about the man of Shraddha. Verse number 40. Ajnana Shraddhadanascha samshayatma vinashyati. Nayam lokosti naparaha nasukam samshayatmanaha. Verse number 39 underline panna mari, verse number 40 underline pannikku. Verse number 39, Shraddhavan labate jnanam. Verse number 40, samshayatma vinashyati. Samshayatma vinashyati. Ajnana Shraddhadanascha samshayatma vinashyati. Nayam lokosti naparaha nasukam samshayatmanaha. The ignorant, devoid of Shraddha, the doubting self is ruined. There is neither this world nor the other, nor happiness for samshayatma. Samshayatma onnume kadikadu, he says. Samshayatma will not get anything. The man of Shraddha gets everything. The person of Shraddha gets everything. Samshayatma doesn't get anything. What is Samshayatma? What is Samshaya? Samshaya is, next week also I'll talk about this a little bit. I didn't realize Samshayatma Vinashyati in the verse Vardhan, I didn't realize. அதுதான் நானும் prepare பண்ணிட்டு வரணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். I should also prepare I didn't realize this verse is coming next. Samshayatma Vinashyati. Next week I will talk about the Samshayatma in some more in detail. Of all the obstacles, samshaya is the worst obstacle. There are obstacles in the spiritual path. Lot of obstacles are there in the spiritual path. What are the obstacles? Mosquito is an obstacle. Yeah, mosquito is an obstacle. Weather is an obstacle. Neighbor is an obstacle. Bodily disease is an obstacle. நிறைய obstacles இருக்குது. Obstacles liye PhD யாருன்னா samshaya, doubt. Doubt is the worst obstacle. The worst obstacle is the samshaya, the doubt. I'll explain that next week. Next week we'll be discussing. நான் கூட இன்னோட முடிச்சிடலாமாக்கும்னு நினைச்சேன். I didn't realize Samshayatma Vinashyati on the one I got more energized. Yeah. Next week I will maintain the energy and we will talk about the Samshayatma next session also. Today I want you to understand the definition of Samshaya. What is Samshaya? A doubt. What does doubt means here? Doubt means you have more than one pramanam in life, na, you are a samshaya atma. If you have only one pramanam in life, na, you have shraddha. This is the difference between samshayatma and shraddhavan, shraddhatma. Samshayatma opposite shraddhatma. Shraddhatma is what he said in the verse 39. So 39 shraddhatma, 40 samshayatma. Atma na individual, self-will. Atma na here we mean atma here. The word atma here is used in the sense of an individual. So doubt-ridden individual and Shraddha ridden individual. அப்படி கூட சொல்லிக்கலாம் இல்ல, doubt ridden சொன்னா Shraddha ridden சொல்லிக்கலாம். Shraddhatma has one pramanam. Samshayatma has many pramanam. Because Samshayatma has many pramanams, he can never take any step. அங்க போனா இது கரெக்டா இருக்கும், இங்க வந்தா something else will look correct, அங்க போனா எதுவுமே கரெக்டா இருக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்காது. Are you able to follow what the Samshayatma means? Samshayatma is one who has multiple pramanams in life, multiple authoritative sources in life is Samshayatma. Who is Shraddhatma? Who is Shraddhatma? Only one pramanam, and that one pramanam he has come to after lot of vichara. Please understand, it's not a bigotedness, it is not a fanaticism. What is the difference between the two? Shraddhatma, this he has come to that after doing a lot of inquiry, after getting lost in many places, after trying very many things and getting beaten up, after loitering in many places, after being a wanderer in many places, he has come into a fixation of one. That person is called Shraddhatma. Who is a Samshayatma? Innu is wandering only. He is wandering. Why? Because he is wandering in the name of being very liberal. He is wandering in the name of I should not be. I will not like to sign up like this with one, sir. I want to retain my independent thinking. I want to retain my independent thinking. Samshayatma vinashyati. Elsewhere he says Samshayatma pranashyati. Here he is using the word vinashyati. Later on he is going to say Samshayatma vinashyati. Here vinashyati, elsewhere he is going to say pranashyati. And Arjuna belongs to the Samshayatma category. How do you know Arjuna is going to be the Samshayatma category? Chapter 5, if you listen to Arjuna's question, you understand Samshayatma na yaru. What a beautiful explanation. Chapter 3 and chapter 4, the 12 yajnas, and ella solli mudichadukku apparama Arjuna will ask in chapter 5. Tell me clearly what I should do, Arjuna. Tell me clearly what I should do, Krishna. Are you able to follow the difference between Samshayatma and Shraddhatma? Remember this definition. And when I ask you who is Samshayatma, at least repeat pannunga next week. Samshayatma means one who has multiple pramanams. Sir, for worldly life, wealth will take care, sir. For worldly life, wealth will take care. உங்க கிளாஸ்ல எல்லாம் பக்தி யோகா எல்லாம் ரொம்ப இல்ல, அதனால பக்தி will be taken care of by somebody. Social serviceல நீங்க எதுவும் பண்றதே இல்ல, அதனால that will be taken care of by somebody. 7:30 to 8:45 உங்க கிளாஸ் for ஞானம். This is the Samshaya Atma. Are you able to follow? One source for one thing. Please understand, extroverted pursuit, you should have multiple pramanams. Because there will be a legal, or doctor guru pramanam, or vakil guru, law, or chartered accountant, one thing you need to have for one specialization in the extroverted pursuits. Remember, when you come to introverted pursuit, there is only one pramana, samshayat. That is Shraddhatma. That is Shraddhatma. Who samshayatma? Look at that verse. Again, I'll start with verse number 40 only next class. Don't worry, I'm not concluding it today. I thought I'll finish. I'll be starting with this verse only. Again, next week. The ignorant, devoid of Shraddha, the doubting self is ruined. Nor there is neither this world, nor the other, nor happiness. There is no immediate happiness, there is no future happiness, nor permanent happiness for a samshayatma. That's what he says. Iha para sashvata. Happiness is of three. Iha means present happiness, happiness now. Something you do, you get happiness now. Something you do, you may not be happy now, but you will be happy in the future. That is called parasukam. Ika sukam, iha, para, sashvata. For the samshayatma, moonam gadayadi, he says. There is no happiness in the present. There is no you should not be doing. That's what this verse is. It's a warning as to where you should not be.
So can you repeat it? You want
understand? He is not criticizing. Please understand that he is not criticizing. He is not condemning. He is only saying, ensure that you are not belonging to this category. Ensure that you don't belong to this category. What is the category? Samshayatma vinashyati. Samshayatma vinashyati. With this, I conclude for today. And we continue with the same verse number 40 next session also. Is it okay? I don't think there are no clarifications. So Shankar, do you still have your clarification? Shankar Kolattur, our clarification. Do you still have this clarification, Alain? Yeah, you are here. Is it due to the fact, why it will take time? Is it due to the fact that worldly things are drishta, but the gaining knowledge and going introvert and the result is adrishta? It will take its time. The time factor is not because it is adrishta. The time factor is because it is indeterminable. If you remember the 5-6 factors that I brought in, because of the 5-6 factors that determines the result, and those 5-6 factors are not under don't say it's not under our control, are not knowable in completeness. Therefore, he says, very soon you will get the result. Very soon you will. Therefore, there is a time. There is a time gap. The time gap between knowledge and wisdom. There is always a time gap between knowledge and and wisdom. இப்போலாம் அப்படி கிடையாது. எக்ஸாம் எழுதி முடிச்ச உடனே ரிசல்ட் கம்ஸ் இன்ஸ்டன்ட்லி இல்லையா? அதனால டைம் கேப் எல்லாம் they are not able to accept. டைம் கேப்ன்றது வந்து when you wrote your 10th exam மாதிரி, you wrote your 10th exam and then you are waiting for the result, and then they say நாளைக்கு ரிசல்ட் வர போறது, பேப்பர்ல it will be printed, and then you go and ask the paper fellow ரிசல்ட் வந்துருச்சா in the morning. That fellow will say 2 மணிக்கு தான் பேப்பர் பிரிண்ட் ஆகி வரும், wait till that time. There is the இப்போலாம் அப்படி இல்லை. as soon as you finish the exam, instant results are out, instant. It doesn't work that way. There is always a time gap between knowledge and wisdom. Shraddha will keep you in that time gap unaffected. Shraddha will ensure that you remain unaffected in the time gap. Adhikta, Shraddha is very important even here. Are you okay, Shankar? Yeah.
So you got hung for 30 seconds.
Conclude for today.
You,
With this we conclude for today, and we continue with the same verse number 40 next session.